Hello, 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 and welcome to episode 2 of the Group Iron Man series. So, last episode we completed the Mauritania Hard Diaries, and in that process of grinding out 70 Prayer for Piety, we also completed the Swan Song quest. While editing up episode 1 as well as the prelude video that went out prior to that episode, I decided to AFK some monkfish. I figured it would be useful to have some actually pretty decent food. Up to this point we had been relying off of cheesy potatoes from the Warriors Guild, which I think both of them heal the same, but at least this time I don't have to shopscape as much, and it's pretty AFK, it's experience, it's good all the way around, you know? So plans for this episode, obviously I want to do some Barrows. But there's a little bit more prep that goes into that. First off, I'm not sure how much fish we're up to. Let's check real quick. Okay, so we're up over 1,000 fish. We do have some clues here that we're probably going to do next. So we need to cook 1,000 monkfish. I'm not going to end up cooking all of them. Obviously there's going to be some burns there. I only have 66 cooking. I do not currently have cooking gauntlets. And I don't think I have the Hasidious favor yet to use the cook thing there either. Yeah, so I don't even have the Hasidious favor to do that. I don't think I'm gonna be super duper efficient and knock out the favor and all that jazz. I'm gonna save that stuff for a later date. A lot of the last week or two has been really ramping up towards the Barrow point, and I'm kind of getting a little impatient, to be completely honest with you. But we do have some stuff that we do need to knock out. We have a Tears of Gothics that we're going to go do real quick, and then we're going to shift gears a little bit. I need to build up a little bit more of a cash stack. We are hurting on some money right now. I think we're below 300k. I've got a bunch of blue dragon hides saved up from the prayer grind, so I think what I'm gonna end up doing is we're gonna go back to the desert and we're gonna finish up those 5,000 buckets of sand, and then we're going to get our crafting up to 66 so that we can make the blue D-hide van braces. From there, we're probably going to do a bunch of alking, bunch of high alk. We'll probably do some agility while we're doing that, just to kind of be a little bit efficient. And with that money, we'll probably go buy the cooking gauntlets. I think that's probably the best course of action, just to save a little bit on the whole cooking side of things. They'll be nice to have long term anyway. And yeah, so we've got a lot to do before we head into Barrows. I know I've got a fair amount of prayer potions banked up. I think I'm sitting around like 30 that are already made that are 4 dose, and then I have another 30 or so Raynar. But I am currently out of Raynar seeds, and I'm currently not real sure how I want to tackle those, because I'd like to be having seeds growing while I'm in Barrows to extend that grind out a little bit. So that's something that we're probably going to figure out as the video progresses. And if it means that I have to go thieve master farmers, so be it. I think they changed how that works. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research on that front. But yeah, that's kind of what we had planned out for the video, is a bunch of crafting, a bunch of cooking and prep, and then we will be in Barrows before the video ends. Alright guys, so we finished up a beginner, easy, and medium clue. We've got the caskets, and we're going to start with the lowest to highest. So here's the beginner clue. Still play buddy, free out, I guess. Easy. Amulet of Magic would have been really nice, like when we were a lower level, but none of this is super useful. And the medium, the big medium. Let's get some rangers right here. First medium of the count, I think. Hey, we got a page. I'll take that. Take that every day of the week. And we got some Addy plate legs to out, and the runes to alchem with. Yeah, that's a pretty good clue for us. And yeah, that was the second medium clue of the account. Okay. Well, now we know. Okay, so I'm not like 100% sure like how this system works, other than I know you get like the blue stuff. But we got 132 tiers. That's not bad, or I don't know. Maybe it is. It doesn't feel very bad. Oh, and we got construction XP out of it. Nice. We just finished the grind for 5,000 buckets of sand. I'm not really sure like how the system works. I've never really done it. I know that it is quite expensive. I don't remember the numbers. I'm just gonna do this. Okay, yeah. So we are down below 20,000 gold. This is the first time I've been below a white cash stack in quite some time. To remedy that though, we are gonna need a little bit more extra money to change the hides over later, to have them tanned. So I think I'm gonna go do like, I don't know, 5 to 10 laps of the agility pyramid just to pay for the hides, as well as give a little bit more of like a little buffer zone before we're absolutely dirt poor. But we're gonna make all the money back anyway from alking the blue D-hide van braces. Oh, hey, we got 73 agility off of that. Nice. Alright, so I ended up doing 12 laps just because that's how many inventory slots I had open. So we're gonna go cash these in. We do have a total of 333 laps on the pyramid at this point. We ended up doing a fair amount of early game money making that way. And so far it's been pretty good to us. So we're gonna cash this in, and we're gonna go tan a bunch of blue dragon hide. For anyone who doesn't know the method, I'm sure most do, but if there's anybody that's watching, somehow you stumbled on a RuneScape video, A, I'm sorry, and B, yeah, there's a special NPC in Al-Kharid, and I want to say Canifus has one as well. I'm sure there's some other throughout the world. That's something to probably look up on the wiki. But yeah, it's a little special NPC. You take the hides to him, and you pay him a little bit of gold. He turns it into workable leather, and that's the material that you use to turn into like armor. So yeah, we're just gonna do this for what will be really quick for you guys, but a fair amount of walking back and forth for me. I know, we're not crafting or smelting or even doing Barrows yet, but we are in the Berthorpe dungeon to do a little bit of cooking. And no, it's not our fish yet either, because we haven't got the cooking gauntlets yet. Trust me, there's a means to an end. I'm gonna take all of this giant seaweed, or at least enough of it to get our soda ash up to our bucket of sand number, and then we're gonna go do a bunch of the smelting and the crafting and all that other good stuff. Alright, well, the cooking the giant seaweed took a little bit longer than I anticipated. The fact that they come out to 6, you can only really cook 4 at a time, so there's a lot more interacting with the banker in Berthorpe than I'd previously kind of expected. But we got it done. Our soda ash and our buckets of sand are ready to smelt down. However, before that, we are going to go ahead and chisel all of these gems that we do have that need to be cut. I don't think that there's any use, like any quests coming up that need any uncut gems. And it's going to be a little bit before we are back onto questing, so even if there is, I'm sure we'll end up getting some more to replace these. So I'm just going to chisel all of these and go ahead and start making the dueling rings, and we'll be back if we get any crafting levels. I think we're pretty close to 59, so we got that to look forward to. Our first crafting level of the crafting grind coming in while we're making some dig site pendants. Thank you, RuneLight, for the notification as I'm looking at the client. But yeah, we got our first crafting level of the grind, finishing up some of the jewelry. We did all the dueling rings. We're just good. We were running low on dig site TPs for birdhouse runs. So I'm gonna make some more of these, and then the big, scary, annoying grind of so many buckets of sand and soda ash to make molten glass. So I just did some quick math, a little bit more in depth. I have 5,200 buckets of sand. The reasoning I got that amount was due to the calculator that I was looking at. It was going to take 5,100 and some odd number unpowered orbs from molten glass to get to 66. I didn't factor in that to create the molten glass itself, I get 20 crafting experience per bucket of sand and soda ash. So yeah, it turns out that I only need 3,278 like raw bucket of sand or soda ash. So that's only the amount that I'm going to do. I'm gonna leave the rest banked for a later date. We got 60 crafting just from smelting the molten glass itself. So yeah, making progress towards that goal of 66. 61 crafting coming in hot. Doodle-doo, the alarms are going off because 62 crafting. Doing a quick little farm run, and we got 59 farming off of trees, so we can now grow whiteberry bushes. I don't know if we really have much of a use for that, but we will see in the future. We can at least grow them now. Still doing that farm run, but I also got a Quizmaster random event, so let's see if we got lucky on the mystery box. Hey, 20 nature runes. That's some more free alks. I missed another level, but we got 52 hunter off of doing our birdhouse runs. So it's the next day since the previous clip, but we're back on the crafting grind. We have been taking some breaks in between to do some farming runs, but right here coming in at the end of the inventory like we planned it, 63 crafting. Hey, 64 crafting coming in. We can now make, we can repair gloves of silence. I'm not even really sure what those are. 65 crafting coming in. Okay, I don't know why that did a weird stall there. I don't know if we unlocked anything with it, but we only got one more level to go till the blue d'hide van braces. With this inventory right here, we should ding 66 crafting. Yep, there it is. So we can now make the blue dragonhide van braces as well as air battle stabs. That'll be useful later on. I'm just gonna run down here to the general store really quickly and pick up some more thread. Yeah, I've only got 49. I don't think that's enough. Also, I don't know how much this is gonna use. I guess we could try real quick and just kind of see. Yeah, we're making these. Okay, so we're only using... Okay, maybe we do have enough. So I'm just gonna let this roll for a little bit then. XP doesn't really matter to me off of these as much as the money that we'll get from alking. Each set of van braces alks for 1,800 gold. That very well offsets the cost of the nature rune from the shops. We are starting to use a little bit of thread now, so I guess as I need it, I'll go grab some more real quick. It's just like right down the street. And yeah, we're gonna knock out all of these d'hides into van braces, and from there we will probably head over to Sears Village, do a little bit of agility just while we alk these. We'll stop running agility as soon as we're done with the alks, and then yeah, do a little bit of questing, and it's off to do cooking at that point. We're getting close. We're getting close. The Barrows is calling. I can hear the little spooky ghost woo noise from the crypts already, so I'm excited to get down there. Hey, we got 67 crafting coming in while making the van braces. Oh, we can cut onyx now and make onyx rings. What's an onyx ring do? I feel like I should know this. I'm drawing a blank. I'm not sure what that does. But we can make them. That's kind of nice. We're about halfway through these, I think, on the van braces, so not much longer, and we can start getting some money back. Holy moly. Okay, I just looked it up. The onyx ring, when you enchant it, it turns into a ring of stone. That is so lackluster. I thought the ring of stone was like a treasure trail, like a clue scroll reward, but you can craft those? Who would waste an onyx to craft a ring of stone? Like, who hurt you? I mean, it's a neat little gimmick, but it's so useless compared to like a fury or like what is a ring of wealth? That's what it's called. Like, why is it a ring of stone? Well, we've finally finished up creating the blue d'hide van braces, and we're just going to alt these while running the Sears Village course. I'll let you guys know if we get any levels, but other than that, I'm just going to kind of veg through it while watching some YouTube videos or something like that. We got 71 magic from high alking so far. Alright, so we finished crafting up all the blue d'hide van braces, and we decided to do a little bit of agility pyramid while we high alked them. Might as well make money while we make money, right? But right here's the last one. The last one of the 1,270 some that we made. And we ended up making 2.4 mil. Not bad. We know what the money's going for, so let's go do it. And that's the family pest quest completed. And the rest of our cash stack here that we have left after insuring our pet and buying our cooking gauntlets, I think I'm gonna just throw it into my kingdom. I'm gonna have it roll on herbs, and hopefully that'll help supplement some of our prayer pot usage from the Barrows grind. I know I said I wasn't gonna bother doing Hasidious favor yet, but I feel like bossing's gonna be a pretty good motivator for me to get it done, and if I don't do it now, I'm just gonna keep delaying it. I'm just gonna knock it out so that I can actually cook my monkfish in the Hasidious kitchen and not burn nearly as many. So that's less fishing trips I have to also take in between doing like Barrows and Slayer and all this other stuff. So it's gonna help out a lot long term. So I only need like 700 buckets of the fertilizer. I'm just gonna knock that out real quick. It shouldn't take very long. Yeah, so that didn't take very long at all. We got 100% Hasidious favor. Now we're gonna cook our fish. Okay, so on this specific range in the Hasidious region of Zaya, with the cooking gauntlets that I just equipped, this should give me a fair amount of boosted cooking levels so I don't burn nearly as many monkfish. I'm also just gonna go ahead and cook the salmon and the tuna that I have in here. I'm not gonna use that food for Barrows, but it's some free cooking XP, and if it gets me a level out of it before I cook the monkfish, that'd be fantastic. If not, it at least gets me a little bit closer so that we'll hit that tick over to 67 cooking, and maybe that's just one less monkfish burnt. But it's all about stretching supplies as far as we can until we build up enough of a stockpile to where it doesn't matter. Ding! 67 cooking! I can make tuna and sweet corn. I've never even seen that in game at all. So far the monkfish burn rate isn't too terrible. I mean, we've cooked 122, burnt 19, so you know it could be better, and it will get better, but it's not that bad. Yeah. Oh, hey, that was pretty cool. Just doing a quick little tree run. We finished up cooking all of our monkfish. We got up to 860 cooked, which means we burnt like around 200 and some. It is what it is. I would hate to see what it looked like without the cooking gauntlets or the Hesidious favor. But yeah, we got the 60 farming now. We can plant yew trees. 55 herb lore coming in while we're just using up what secondaries we have. And yeah, that's the level that we needed to make super strength. So we'll probably go ahead and make some of those too. I'm not sure that I'm gonna take supersets into Barrows for melee. But I already made my prayer potions and I'm just kind of using up what I have. 56 herb lore coming in. We can now make super energy mix, which I think that's like barbarian something or another. I'm not real sure what that means. Well, I was figuring out what gear, like what kind of a setup I wanted to run for Barrows, and realized that the crazy arc grind for the rune crossbows had kind of dwindled the charges on my Iban's staff. It is the upgraded one with the 2500, but I was below 1,000 and I was like, well, I might as well go recharge it now. Now this is the first time that I've recharged a one of these on a Iron Man, and it's the first one that I've recharged on this account, obviously. This is a bitch to do. Oh, this was so frustrating to do. I gotta find a better way to charge this, because it's gonna be a while before we get a magic upgrade. The next step in that kind of a direction is probably going to be a Trident of the Seas, which I'm not going to have access to until I'm either 87 Slayer or someone on my team is 87 Slayer. Right now Fizz is the closest, which I believe he is at 83 roughly. Let me see. Yeah, he's at 82 according to this, so it's going to be a little bit. I'm gonna look up and do a little bit of research and see if there's just a less stressful way of doing this, because I really don't want to run back through this again. It is a new day from the previous clip, but I think I've finally figured out what setup I want to run at Barrows. We ended up going with the black D-hide top over the rune plate body, due to the nature of the Barrows brothers being weak mostly to magic. I don't really need much of a mage bonus as much as I just need defensives and a little bit of versatility in my setup. I did bring a rune crossbow for my range switch, the Iban staff upgraded for the mage, and then for the melee switch, I have a D-Sim. I'm also going to bring a Dragon Dagger as a special attack weapon, although I'm not really sure how useful that's going to be. That'll be a kind of like a wait and see thing. With the method that I'm doing, I'm hoping to keep my prayer pot usage to a minimum. If I can get away with like 1 dose or less per run, that would be quite fantastic. So we're gonna see what we can get away with. On my main, it's kind of like second nature at this point, but on the old iron, it'll be pretty interesting. So there's a couple of key loots that we're looking for out of Barrows. Let me pull up the old collection log here. So the key loot that we're really looking for out of Barrows is going to be just about anything. No, I'm kidding. So Carol's out of the Carol set, we're really looking for the crossbow. That I think that's going to be the path that we take to complete our fire cape, is the Carol's crossbow, as well as the Carol's top and bottom will be very useful for PVM and bossing later. As for arms, we don't really care too much about the hood. I don't think anybody really does. We do want the top and the bottom out of arm set. The staff, we could take it or leave it. I think there might be some benefit there as far as ancient magics go, but I'm not too terribly concerned about it. Out of the Darok set, any of the armor pieces would be nice to have, because I believe they are pretty good tank armor. If we get to a point where we end up with 3 out of 4, it would be nice to get the axe as well, because that's something that we could be using at Giant Mole for bird nests, that kind of thing. The entire set of Guthans is something I would really, really, really like to have. That's something that I still to this day use on my main for Slayer, just to kind of really go ultimate degen chill mode and AFK. It cuts down on supply costs for Slayer because it does have a healing effect. It's just all around pretty good for the way that I like to play and the way that I like to slay. As for Torags, we don't want the hammers. Get that rubbish out of here. Anything else would be nice to have if it is a first piece, because it's pretty good tank armor. And for Verax, I'm sure that there's some uses outside of the wilderness. But I'm not real sure, so it's kind of like a take it or leave it. We would like to have the plate skirt, because that does have a prayer bonus. But as for the rest of it, I'm not real sure. Not too familiar with Iron Man methods or any of that. So yeah, those are the key items that we're looking for. We have not done Barrows on this account yet up to this point. So this will be interesting. The method that I am using is I will be resetting after every run, using the dueling ring, teleporting up to Ferox Enclave, and resetting like my prayer, my health, my run speed, all that stuff. And then I will use Mauritania Legs 3 to teleport to Berg de Rot, which is right here. Pretty nice, and we only have to run you know, a pretty reasonable amount to reset and do another run. So here we go. Now once we do get up here, for those that don't know, if you forget a spade, because you do need a spade to dig down into the crypts, one does spawn right here in this little shack, or 2 spawn it looks like now. That's nice. Either way, the order that we are going to be doing the brothers in is very important, because we want to keep our prayer up for the ones that are really accurate or have a really high max hit. And it doesn't matter as much on others. So the order that we are going to be doing the brothers in is going to be Darok first, Aram second, Peril third, Guthans fourth, and then the other 2 are kind of a toss-up. Varric can hit through prayer, so I kind of like saving him for last. And Torag, yeah, if he does hit, he hits. It's kind of like, it's one of those things that I normally just tank. So we're gonna jump into the Darok's cave and see how it goes. There we go. And what are we going to get on our first Barrows chest of the account? We got a clue scroll! Actually, we did get a fair amount of runes. That's really nice. Really, really nice to have. Teleport out before we die. So our first Barrows chest came in at 80k if I was to go yeet it onto the GE, but that's not what we're doing. The elite... I'm not real sure. Did they ever change elites, or are they still really annoying to do because of their step length? That would be worth looking into. I'm probably not gonna bother doing this right now, but we'll just throw it in the bank for later. And chest number 2, could be better. The Barrows, the brother items, the uniques, are relatively decent drop rate for any of them. For one specific one, it gets a little bit more hairy. But I think overall it's like a 1 in 16, something like that. So here's to hoping we get lucky. Okay, lucky chest number 3. Nope. Runes are, oh my god, there was so many death runes. Never mind, that was really nice. So a neat little pro tip for anybody who's trying to save supplies at Barrows: each little corner room where the ladder has a chance to spawn, that tile is basically taken up by an invisible ladder in each and every room. And if you get a melee boss, melee brother in the tunnels, you can use that tile to safe spot. So that's what I'm doing with Virak here. And yeah, there you go. Yeah, boy! Another 346 death runes. Let's go. Alright, big bucks, no whammy. As long as we're getting death runes. As long as we're getting the death runes. Money! Alright, big bucks. Hey, the chaos rune's pretty good. The death rune's pretty good. We'll take it. Are we lucky? Hey, that's a fair amount of chaos runes. Oh, okay. So that right there is another example as to why I usually bring at least one prayer pot with me. Is if it's any of these three, Darok, Carol, or Arum, that I get in the tunnels, then yeah, I'd just rather use the dose than try to tank it. Hey, 72 magic! And 1475 total. Nice. Come on. Hey, more death runes. And we are now a Barrows novice. Alright, chest number 11? Yeah, 11. No death runes. But we did get some chaos, so that's nice. Okay, I don't know who would leave loot on the floor like that, but that's chest number 12. Okay, so we're still chasing that first item. We are coming close to the drop rate of 1. Is this chest going to be it? Let's go! Let's go! We got a Carol skirt off the first Barrows item. Oh, that's huge! That's huge! Oh, that is so cool. Alright, so with the first item down on the Barrows grind, that means that we get to make our own little tab here, and this is just going to be Barrows items. All the juicy loot that we get is going in this tab, and we're going to we're gonna switch it up a little bit too. Something that kind of dawned on me as I was going through these first 13 chests is that chaos runes are nice. We want these as well, because if I get 30,000 chaos runes, that pays for my onyx for my fury. Oh, I love Barrows. I love Barrows. This is gonna be so great. Okay, so we got Carol in the tunnels this time around. I guess he was a little upsetty spaghetti. We've been raiding his closet. But let's see if we get the back-to-back. Oh, no back-to-back, but we got a bunch of chaos runes. That's really nice. And the death runes that basically paid for all the casts this trip. Not bad, not bad. Any luck? No. Big bucks? No. 120 death runes, not bad. Nope. Another little pro tip here is that in the side hallways, if one of the melee brothers do spawn, you can safe spot them behind like some of the debris in the hallway. Really useful if you're trying to conserve supplies. No lucky. Hey, 71 strength. Hey, 25 KC Barrows champion, and look at those death runes. That's tasty. Big runes. Oh, big. First chest of the day. Nothing. Oh, no. Any luck? No. Big bucks? No. Lots of runes. 73 magic. Oh, chest number 50. And we're gonna do a neat little price check for anybody that is interested of the overall value from the 50 Barrows chests. And if we were a normal account, we would have made 3.2, 3.3 mil, somewhere in that range. Not bad. Okay, so out of 50 Barrows chests, we have only gotten one unique, excluding the bolt racks, of course. So I think we're going to end episode 2 here. Episode 3, we're going to be doing a lot more Barrows chest. Still tracking down our goals of the items, the unique items that we're looking for to kind of help out with the PVM later in the game. And we might mix in a little bit of Slayer on the next episode too, and kind of start down that path a little bit more. I know I have one person in the group that is already pretty close to being able to get us some Abyssal Whips. So, not saying that we're going to be helping out the group too much with the unique unlocks, but we'll be able to have access to some seeds and some alchables and just overall general good stuff to have on the account. So I definitely want to start sprinkling in a little bit of Slayer, but that doesn't mean that it's taking away the focus from Barrows by any means. So yeah, just kind of what to look forward to in episode 3 is definitely more Barrows, maybe some Slayer. And thank you guys for watching up to this point, if you have watched up to this point, and thank you for watching it all if you've watched it all. So yeah, here's to episode 2, and I'll see you next week for episode 3.